Yo, 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 this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, Yardis Team Skull Grunt. And in this video, guys, we will be discussing Cosplay Irida slash Special Costume Irida and Hisuian Zoroark. And this sync pair is coming out in a couple of days after Cosplay Adaman. And if you are curious about Cosplay Adaman or Cosplay Irida, you're deciding what among these two, past time traveling sync pairs, who you want to scout for, you can check out that video. I have not been able to do 1 out of 5 or none out of 5 summary for each one of these sync pairs that are coming out this month. This, for the last several days, normally I am able to do so, but this month has been extremely hectic, and I apologize. I will not be able to do that video for you guys this month. But you can check out my individual analysis if you haven't. And yeah, basically DNA advertised this sync pair as a ghost type strike sync pair whose passive skill randomly applies the free move next effect to themselves or increases their special moves up next effect by 1 rank when their attack move is successful. So whenever you attack the opponent, you either give yourself free move next, your next move will be free, or gives yourself a special moves up next effect, which will power up your next attack. Take note, attack, not sync move, only attack by 40%. And that's basically the only thing that DNA said the sync pair does. Quite incomplete, not as fun as Adaman's they will burn themselves and they will power up, blah 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 blah. This sounds very typical, quite boring definition. So let's take a look at their in-depth kit and see what else this sync pair can bring us. We have a lot of ghost types that came out recently. We had a rerun of Anniversary Lily, who's still available with a Tech EX role. On March 25, we will be having the rerun of Renegade Cynthia, who is also a ghost type sync pair. So are they better to scout for, or is Cosplay Irida better to scout for? We'll try to answer that in this video by looking at their kit. So let's take a look at their kit right now. And thank you to Absol-utely again, as well as Lost Mode and the Third Awakening for this infographics. I've not been able to do mine because hectic schedule. And as you can see over here, stats-wise, pretty high. 419 attack stat, 463 special attack stat. We're looking at special attack right now. 487 special attack stat at level 150. And if you have her 6-star EX, that raises up to 500 something. If you have her EX role unlocked, that even goes way higher to 500 something. Higher 500 something, goes up. Her EX role is tech. That means if you give her the EX role plus 6-star EXer, not only do you hit every single opponent using your sync move, but your sync move will also multiplied by 1.5 times damage. This sync pair, by the way, comes out 2 days after Cosplay Adaman. So coming out on March 16 when you live in the East, and probably evening on March 15 when you live in the West. So, passive skill as advertised by DNA, hit, free move next, or special boost up 1. When you attack the opponent and your attack move is successful, you will get either a free move next effect or increase your special moves up next effect by 1 rank. And that's 40% attack or 40% increase in damage again. Your second passive skill is attack trap 9. Basically, the opponent will be trapped when you attack it. And they will receive trap damage every single turn. Last but not the least, you have a multiplier. I like strikers with built-in multipliers, blind spot. The higher your evasiveness is raised, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. And how do you raise your evasiveness stat? You use your trainer move, Battle from the Heart. It raises your special attack and evasiveness stat by 4 and gives yourself free move next. You only have 1 MP here, so if you want to max out that special attack stat, as well as max out that evasiveness stat for maximum blind spot damage, you'll have to get an MP refresh for Battle from the Heart, or have other sync pairs to raise your evasiveness stat. But not a lot of sync pairs raise evasiveness stat. Take note of that. So you have 2 attacks, 1 normal attack, 1 buddy move. Bitter Malice lowers the opponent's attack stat -1 every single time. Take note, it's a 4 move gauge attack, only hits 1 opponent. You have Dire Hit All Plus, which raises everyone's critical hit rate by 2, which is good for strikers. You have Mystifying Bitter Malice, your buddy move. And this basically unlocks when all your sync pairs use a total of 3 moves. So you have to use a move with 3 sync pairs, you know, or just this sync pair 3 times, and your Mystifying Bitter Malice will unlock. You can use this twice, and what this does is that it will be doubled if the opponent is afflicted by a status condition, or is flinching, or is confused, or is trapped. So this sync pair can trap the opponent. So as long as the opponent is trapped, you'll double the damage of Mystifying Bitter Malice. It also lowers the opponent's attack stat -4 and makes the target flinch. Only hits 1 opponent, but 0 move gauge required. So probably use Bitter Malice twice, and then use 1 Mystifying Bitter Malice, and the opponent's attack stat will be lowered to -6 immediately. So that's a good thing. Plus, the damage is pretty high, 240 if you have him, or if you have her 5 out of 5. Plus, makes the target flinch. And again, that 200 to 240 attack power will be doubled if the opponent is trapped, or status condition, or burn, or flinching, or confused, or whatsoever. So you can trap the opponent using any attack, using Irida, and that will basically double Mystifying Bitter Malice. And yeah, that is the gist of Irida. Very high special attack stat. Pretty okay so far with what we see. Pretty strong damage. Can debuff the opponent. I like that because the ghost types that we have don't really debuff the opponent's attacks, offensive stats. The good thing about Anniversary Lily, Moongeist Beam pierces through the opponent's passive skills, which is good for Legendary Gauntlet / Legendary Arena. Meanwhile, you have Ghost Wish for Renegade Cynthia, which you do not have with this sync pair. But this is a striker. And as a striker, it hits everyone. Right now, Renegade Cynthia is a tech sync pair with an EX roll of strike. So that would be good. But Renegade Cynthia also just hits 1 opponent with each attack. It lowers the opponent's defenses. And, if you were to ask me right now, Renegade Cynthia, Anniversary Lily, or Cosplay Irida, I would say I would rank Anniversary Lily last among the 3. In fact, if I knew that Renegade Cynthia will be having her EX roll this month, I would not have given Anniversary Lily the Tech EX roll. And if I only knew that Cosplay Irida is coming, I would also not have given Anniversary Lily that Tech EX roll. I would have given the Tech EX roll to Cosplay Irida instead, because overall, I think this sync pair is way better than Anniversary Lily in terms of damage and everything like that. But let's take a look at her sync grid, guys. So I got Mindboggler 9 over here. This is my sync nuke build. Mindboggler 9, every time I attack the opponent, when the opponent is trapped, I lower their special defense -1, which powers up all my attacks as well as sync moves using Cosplay Irida. I have hit Interference opponent super effective up next too. If the opponent is trapped, and I attack it, I have a 30% chance of giving myself a super effective up next effect, which will power up not just my attacks, but also my sync moves. I have pecking order over here so that the lower the opponent's attack stat is, the stronger my sync moves are gonna be. And again, how do I lower the opponent's attack stat? By using my attacks, which will lower the opponent's attack -1, or my buddy move, which will lower the opponent's attack stat -4. And then I have trainer move, MP refresh 2, so that I can maximize my special attack stat, which will power up my sync moves, my normal attacks, as well as maximize my evasiveness stat so that I will do maximum multipliers with blind spot over here. So that is my sync nuke build. And normally you want to give critical strike 2 to sync pairs like this who can max out their critical hit. But recently, DNA has introduced what you call sync pair specific lucky skills. And this sync pair has a lucky skill, Trap and Sync 4. Powers up the user's sync move against targets that are trapped. So if we give this and we check the damage and we, the opponent's trapped, our stats are maxed, or the opponent's stats are lowered, the opponent's weak to ghost, so we have super effective up next effect, and we calculate the damage, 6-star EX her, calculate the damage, our sync move is 6,044,571. If you remember my computation with Adamant, it's kind of low, pretty underwhelming. But now, this sync pair, as a striker, guys, 6 million is really good. If we give her the EX roll of tech, calculate the damage, that will multiply my sync move damage times 1.5, 9 million. 148,329. As a ghost type sync pair, this is really, really strong and really cool. But by the way, again, I gave her Trap and Sync 4. So you can give Critical Strike 2 instead if you prefer to stick with the usual Critical Strike 2. We make her 6-star EX. We give her the EX roll. We calculate the damage. The damage just disappeared. The damage will be not too low, 8,610,192. But again, if you want maximum damage, you want to give that that special lucky skill to her. And this is not even giving Ghost Zone. So if we have Ghost Zone active, we calculate the damage, 12,915,288. If this is Critical Strike 2, by the way, again. If you give Trap and Sync 4, this will be even stronger. If you pair her up with Fall, Alistair, who can give Ghost type rebuff, I think 2 Ghost type rebuffs. If you get Ghost type rebuff -2, calculate the damage, 19,372,932. Which makes this Ghost type sync pair really, really, really strong, really good. So, just remember the damage right now. So I'm going to remove the rebuff. I'm going to remove the Ghost Zone right now. Just clear this. And let's calculate the damage. With the EX roll, 8,610,000. 8 million with the Critical Strike 2. Let's just compare. I'm not going to put Anniversary Lily now. I'm just going to put Renegade Cynthia. So Cynthia, Renegade Cynthia, we give her these things. We get Brain Sync 5. We got Sting Move. What else can we give? Are these the only multipliers that she has? Sync Stat Reboot, Smarty Pants. There you go, Smarty Pants. And then something like this. I forgot if her Sync Move is physical or special. I think it's a physical Sync Move. Yes, the Sync move is physical. So if we get attack +10 probably over here and whatsoever, and we compute the damage, Critical Strike 2, damage, this sync pair can bring in Ghost Zone. And if you're lucky, if you procure the sync move, your Shadow Force properly, you will get yourself a super effective up next effect. But without that, it's gonna be quite tough. So, calculate the damage. That sync move is gonna be 15 million. Oh, that is strong. That is strong compared to Irida. This sync pair is quite strong in that regard. So if we give her the EX roll, she'll be able to hit everyone 16,785,662. But not all the time you'll get the super effective up next effect. So if we remove that, calculate the damage, 11,190,441. So your answer to whoever is stronger, probably Renegade Cynthia will still be stronger than Cosplay Irida in terms of these computations. But, you know, it would be nice to have both in your team. It would be nice to add, you know, Cosplay Irida into your team. But Renegade Cynthia, with these calculations, is stronger than Cosplay Irida. But what about the DPS build? We have a super effective up next effect. This can give us special moves up next effect. Stationary target if the opponent's trapped. Lower the opponent's special defense stat. Calculate the damage if the opponent is trapped and stuff. If we get a super effective up next effect, probably special moves up next effect +2. EX rolled. I said EX rolled. 6-star EX. The damage of Mystifying Bitter Malice is 9,519,000. If the opponent is not trapped though, if the opponent is not confused, not flinching, not everything, that damage should cut by half. But if these are active, that damage is high. 9,519,120. And the good thing about this is you can use Mystifying Bitter Malice, then use your sync move in a row. So the damage will be very, very, very strong. But your body move only hits one opponent. Your sync move only hits, well, all opponents, but that's with Ghost Zone. Let's remove the Ghost Zone. Okay. 6,346,000 versus 5,559,000. Still not bad. But apparently, Renegade Cynthia is better in a lot of ways compared to Cosplay Irida. But the good thing about Cosplay Irida, again, is that you're able to debuff the opponent's attack stat. You're able to raise your evasiveness stat. So you can be irritating and just avoid the opponent's moves. And then you will have your free move next effect randomly. You will have your special moves up next effect randomly. And yeah, that's basically it. And you'll be able to hit all opponents with 1.5 times multiplier. So that is it for Cosplay Irida. Let me know in the comment section if you want to scout for this sync pair. But if you were to ask me, Cosplay Irida or Cosplay Datamine, I would probably say, if you do not have Anniversary Lily, if you do not have Renegade Cynthia, go for Cosplay Irida. If you have those two and you want another ground type, or if you need a ground type, go for Datamine. Or, you know, just skip them both. If you haven't scouted for the Master Fairs yet, I would highly suggest you guys to scout for the Master Fairs. They're really good Master Fairs. They're really good pairs compared to all the other sync pairs that we have in this update. So go scout for the Master Fairs. But, you know, that is me advising you. Go for your faves instead of the meta, and you'll be happy that way. But that is the end of this video. Again, apologies for the rushed video, for the late videos. Been busy. But thank you for watching, and thank you for the support, especially to my members who I haven't been able to thank properly. But thank you for your support. And thank you if you want to support me in my coffee page. The page is coffee.com/splgum. And we're working our way to my Animal Flow mentorship program coming out on October. Hope you can support me. And until then, I'll see you in my scouting videos. Good luck. And I'll see you in the next one. Rawr.